Hello and welcome back to Good Terms Off-Road Adventures. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Company by the name of Benlari reached out to me and asked me if I needed any bags for ATV racks. And I'm always up for getting some great accessories for the ATVs, quads, four-wheelers. Anyway, I'm always up for great accessories for the machines there. And so they sent me out a bag to go ahead and review on it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and look at it. So this is what we received. Benlari, and this is an ATV rack bag. Great for using on things like Polaris Sportsman's, Honda, Rincon, Suzuki King quads, Kawasaki Brute things, Can-Ams, CF, whatever kind of utility machine you've got. It also came with a cooler bag that goes inside. We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's put that over there. Now with this upside down, perfect. Open it up. We've got it stuck to itself. That's perfect. Okay. Came with some dividers, of course. And that's what you get in the box. So let's go over yonder way, and we'll go ahead and install this on one of the machines we brought with us out to this lovely mountainous region of California. So the quad I've decided to use for this is Billy Badass for two reasons. Number one, our 570s already have, boxes on them on the racks. And I've forgotten number two. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how we put this thing together and install it. Should not be too terribly complicated. Okay, if the camera falls down, and many apologies. I did not bring any extensive tripods or anything, so we're using a little one. Okay, we've got some dividers. Let's see if we can't figure out what goes where. Of course, it came with instructions, but there's a good chance I may have thrown them away. Anyway, we've got a divider that does that. We've got one that doesn't do that. You've got these zippers here in the ends. Open up. Looks like these go in here, because this is going to become a stiff-walled rack bag. Yes, sirree. Okay, where's another one? Oh, here's another one that's the same style. Should go over here. Okay. I'll be honest, so far my impression on the zippers are they're pretty good. This one folds in half. It looks to be roughly the same length as the bag. Okay, this one looks like a divider of some sort. Let's put it over there. This one could be the floor. Let's come back to that later. And then here's a couple of more of the same of these. Let's put those over there. That's fine. Ow. Hit myself in the head. Okay. All right. There we go. These fit nice and snug in there, but not so bad. Rigid sides, I think there was a floor bit. I don't know where it went. It fell on the floor ground in the forest somewhere. Oh, there it is. And it come to reach. Okay. Looks like this just presses in. It makes a floor. That's pretty good. What's over here? Okay. So there's a couple more of these, I guess. And I don't know what you're supposed to do with them at all. And you've got a divider. Looks like it stretches across here. Sort of like that, I suppose. Which is pretty neat. I mean, yeah, okay. Where do these go? And there's a Velcro bit. I don't know if you can see it here. There's another Velcro bit, like there's a divider that should go here, but I don't see any more dividers with Velcro on them. So I don't really know. Anyway, it's got some storage up here in the lid. Maybe we can put these extra dividers there. Oh, there's more storage in here. Huh. Well, let's just put these extra dividers in here since we don't know where they go. That's fine. So in the lid, you've got a few pockets there. Of course, you saw me unzip here at the top. We stuck the extra dividers in there. Some elastic band, stretchy things. Pretty decent. You've got quite a bit of room in here for storage. It's not very deep, and there's nothing wrong with that. You do have handles on each end, and I almost forgot. Let's have a look at the cooler. All right, the cooler looks pretty good. Okay. It looks like they've made it to fit. And this is what I'm wondering. So you've got a piece of Velcro that looks like you should want a divider that goes here. And that looks like then the cooler would fit there. And on their website, and of course on the Amazon, because you can get this on the Amazon. I'll put the link below in case you're interested. It looks like this is meant to fit here with a divider back here. And this divider is, I mean, it's fine. But this is what we got. This is not a thick cooler. It looks decent enough. It's got some foam in there. It's a soft cooler, obviously. Can put some things in here. I probably wouldn't put ice in here. I mean, this liner is all, I would say one piece, but it's not. It's sewn, as you can tell. I probably wouldn't put actual ice in here. I would probably do something like ice packs, maybe. It's not a waterproof zipper. You can see it's just a standard style zipper. But I'd probably put ice packs in here, some snacks, things like that. It should be okay. Well, let's close it up. Oddly, for the main zippers, they did do a water-resistant zipper and a Velcro flap. Now, I don't expect this to be a completely watertight unit, but with a watertight or water-resistant zipper, and in the desert, which is where I live and ride and do things at, I would think then that this should do well to keep the dust out. Now we can fold the sides down. They Velcro down. That's nifty. You've got a paracord here to put a thing on. Don't really know what these are for. Oh, this is what they're for. That's pretty good. Are they adjustable? Oh, yeah. I guess more protection to keep it shut in case the zipper fails. I don't really know. But that's fine. That helps make it more secure, I suppose. And then, of course, it has some. And then it seems to also have them on this side. You see, you've got more clips here on this side. On the hinge side. Interesting. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now obviously you can tell by looking at it, it fits very nicely on the rear rack of this Sportsman. This is Billy Badass. In case you don't remember, this is a 2003 Polaris Sportsman 700. Anyway, fits well there. Let's see if it fits on the front. They advertise it to fit both front and rear. Let's see. I mean, it could. It doesn't really fit on mine. As you can see, I've got the rack extender, the silver bar there, and that prevents it from sitting all the way down on the rack. But if it wasn't there, I could see that you could make this work. It might clear the headlight. But for this quad, now I can't speak for all quads, but for this quad, that doesn't really work. Obviously, it will fit on our 570s on the rear rack, but out of curiosity, will it fit on the front rack of a 570? I don't know. Let's go see. So here's Dusty, and I'm going to go ahead and say, once again, on this particular quad, no, and that would probably be due, probably, supposedly, no, probably, that probably might possibly fit if that rack extender wasn't there, but then you really won't have a lot to tie it down to on this particular quad ATV four-wheeler. Now, if you have an ATV that has a tubular rack, one that's made out of metal instead of plastic, and you don't have the raised extenders on it, I do imagine it'll fit quite nice front or rear. Bring it to mind Polaris Trail Boss that we used to have a long time ago. Just had tubular racks. I think this would fit on the front or the rear just fine, or any other machine that has a steel tubular rack. Probably work just fine. Let's go ahead and install it the rest of the way down on the back of Billy here, see what that looks like. All right, so you've got your straps with the buckles. You've 3 on the back and 3 on the front. We'll start with the back. The one in the middle is in the middle. Unfortunately, there's no real hole on the middle of the rack here for Billy, so I'm just going to ignore that one and figure out how we're going to mount it. Probably right here. That's probably okay. We're just going to go up through the rear, down through the outside. This would be easier if I didn't have this bar here, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, and then we'll do the same over here. I imagine 2 straps is probably plenty to hold this thing down. On the rear, we could put the 3rd one, but there's just no place down here to put it. I mean, I could attach it to the bar, but it's not holding it down at that point. Okay. Okay. That's kind of snug. It's tugging on the material. I'm sure it's fine. And this one, I'm just going to loop through its thing because I don't have a hole to run this through on this particular machine. All right, we've got this as far back as it'll go because of the bar here. If we didn't have this, it would probably sit all the way back to the back of the rack. Now looking at the front, one thing I noticed earlier is that this is sitting on quite a bit of the seat here. Not much we can do about that. This bag's however deep it is. I'll put the dimensions somewhere because I'm in the middle of camping and I don't know what the dimensions are, but we'll put it somewhere on the screen here. But anyway, it's sitting on the seat, might be in the way, don't really know, but we're gonna test that out here in a little bit as well. All right, so the same that we did in the rear, I'm just gonna run this under the rack here. That's fine. Through the back. And then over this way, and then we can pull it down. That's nice. Come around to the back side? No. The driver's side. Do the same. And that's fine. Get out of the way, strap. There we go. Okay, and that's all we're going to get for tying this down. Just a little word of advice: if you happen to be walking around the forest, do watch where you put your feet. I rolled my ankle a little bit. It's okay. Didn't really feel very nice. Anyway, we've got it mounted. And here it is. It's mounted. It feels nice and secure on there. Hopefully those buckles stay as they are. And pretty good looking bag so far. I mean, I like it. It doesn't fit the greatest on this particular machine, as far as, you know, you've got it sitting on the seat here. I don't know if that's going to be in the way of your hind end as you put it there on the seat or not. Doesn't really fit on the front rack on this one, but it's a pretty good design so far. Material's really nice and thick, but I want to see if it's in the way if you sit on the seat here. So I'm going to give it a whirl. Now remember, I'm tall. I'm 6'4", and I'm a fairly big fella. So I don't know, but let's have a see. Let's see how I fit on this as I'm sitting. Okay, let's see. Put myself in riding. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I typically like to sit a little further back, but that's, again, I'm tall. But I think I could probably ride this way. I'm going to put some pressure on that as I lean back. Let's also not forget that the rack extender, the silver bar, is keeping it forward probably close to 3 inches, it looks like. So if that wasn't there, it might sit actually 3 inches further back, giving you a little bit more seat room for your hind end. Hey y'all, the folks over at Benlari wanted me to share with you a discount code so you can get 10% off this ATV rack storage bag if y'all wanted one. Just follow the link below and in the description and insert discount code GOODGERM10. That's discount code GOODGERM10, GOODGERM10, English. Anyway, you can get 10% off. Back to the video. All right, so we just got back from a pretty good ride. And my son's, no, you're not my son's. No. My friend's son, Jacob, he got to ride on Billy Badass, and I think he enjoyed it, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Benlari. As you can see, lots of dust. Lots of dust on Billy as well. Everything's covered in dirt. And what I want to see is, what's it like inside the bag? Now, we didn't put a lot of stuff in the bag because we knew that we didn't need a lot of stuff for this ride. And also that it was going to be a potentially spirited ride. So if there's stuff in there bouncing around, didn't want any of that going on. But let's open up the Benlari, see what we got. Okay, let's see. We have to do that. Now, while I'm doing this, Jacob, did it at all come loose?
Never. Stayed pretty nice.
So according to Jay, was it a pain in your back being that close, a little bit over the seat?
No? Hit me.
Very good. You're YouTube famous now. No, not that many people watch. Anyway, open it up, all the Velcro. All right, let's unzipper the zipper. Okay, Jacob, open. It is
spotless.
Well, it's spotless in there. I mean, there's the cooler that we didn't put anything in because, well, it's a soft cooler. And like I said earlier, I wouldn't do ice. Ice packs, some things should be okay. But it is absolutely dust-free on the inside. So there you have it. We've put it on there, assembled it, strapped it down, rode with it, discovered that there's no dust whatsoever inside that thing. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. In the meantime, y'all ride safe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye now.